Well, I think there are. I think the west coast of Chile is a hotspot, and I think the south of Spain's a hotspot, but I also think New Zealand's a hotspot, and there are a lot of lessons that can be learned in the landscape architecture community worldwide from what's happening in New Zealand. New Zealand to me is perhaps of all the places I know so community based. I think it understands the importance of community participation in design, and I think it's incorporated it into the way that landscape architects work here in a way that is just taken for granted now, and I think that's great. I think both are doing extremely well. So I think the profession in both countries has very much emerged from under the umbrella of architecture and through that. And I think, again, the New Zealand landscape architects seem to be extremely well trained. They've got some very good, strong ethics in terms of practice, and they put that into their projects, which they're doing now. And I think that understanding of natural landscape and natural systems, and combined with community participation in design, I think is just a great combination. New Zealand landscape architects have more ingrained community participation than we do in Australia. I think there are places in Australia which do embrace that very much. I think too, New Zealand, in terms of understanding those natural systems, really does appreciate its landscape, because its landscape is such an asset both to the people who live there, the quality of life you've got here, but also tourism. And I think in a sense you've understood your assets in a truly great way, and the landscape architects are expressing that now more within the cities, the urbanism that's coming in. I think perhaps we understand and can manipulate better some of our rural landscapes and how we manage them. Now our role is to introduce that into cities so that we really have that kind of ecological urbanism. I think it's a continual dialogue for it, and I hope New Zealand landscape architects actually share more of their way of doing things. So you do that through obviously exchanging projects and collaborating, writing about what we do, and really being out there. With social media, it's so easy to get our projects across, and it's just so important that we do talk about the wins we've had, because I think in New Zealand the landscape architects have had some tremendous wins.